Hello, this is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE-TV News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our top story today comes from the Detroit Free Press and staff writers Teresa Baldus, Christina Hall, and Robert Allen. Nearly 24 hours after witnessing the devastation himself, Governor Rick Snyder today declared a disaster for Metro Detroit counties in the wake of a historic flood that left a huge path of destruction across the region. Thousands of flooded basements and raw sewage spills, wrecked cars, a massive sinkhole, and traffic nightmares. Metro Detroit is dealing with all of this and more. Adding to the chaos, scavengers are now going through waterlogged debris that people are putting out on the curb for trash. Where that ends up is uncertain, triggering yet more public health concerns. The devastation has left local officials exasperated and pleading for help, saying there is no way their communities can handle this on their own. They are in dire need of state and federal aid, they say, and it needs to come fast. This is a public health issue, said Warren Mayor Jim Fouts, whose city was among the hardest hit. A lot of people are living in houses that smell like a sewer. More on this story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, a Salem Township man receives 20 years for impregnating a Plymouth Township teen.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE-TV News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV News studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next story today comes from the Detroit Free Press and writer Matt Jockman. A Salem Township man faces 20 or more years in prison over his relationship with an underage Plymouth Township girl who ran away with him for 2 days last October. Robert L. Messer, 38, pleaded guilty Friday in Wayne County Circuit Court to 1 count of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 1 count of third-degree criminal sexual conduct, and 1 count of accosting a child for immoral purposes. 4 charges were dismissed, 3 charges of third-degree criminal sexual conduct and 1 of first-degree criminal sexual conduct involving a person under age 13. The plea agreement also calls for a prison sentence of 20 to 40 years, said Maria Miller, spokeswoman for Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy. We are satisfied that justice has been done in this case, Miller said. Messer will be required to register as a sex offender upon his release, will have lifetime electronic monitoring after prison, and is barred from having contact with the victim and her family, Miller said. Defense attorney Jonathan Jones said all sides had agreed to the deal. Messer's plea came nearly 4 months after a trial of 6 charges ended with a hung jury and a mistrial. A retrial has been scheduled to start Monday. More on this story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, parking issues in downtown Saline.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the Wolverine Grill, located at 228 West Michigan Avenue, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Check us out on the internet at thewolverinegrill.com.
Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE-TV News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next story today comes from the Saline reporter and writer Amy Bell. Several business owners from Saline gathered Tuesday, August 5th, to sound off about downtown parking. The owners were asked by city staff to attend the meeting for input on whether or not the city should enforce downtown parking. The discussion stemmed from the recent Saline City Council meeting, where council members discussed downtown parking signage and whether or not enforcement should be reinstated. 5 municipal lots are located downtown with restrictions from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday, which are not enforced. Parking lots 1, 2, and 4 all have 3-hour restrictions. Parking lots 3 and 5 on McKay Street do not have restrictions. 2-hour parking is also available on downtown streets. City Manager Todd Campbell and Saline Police Chief Larry Reinick led the meeting that was held in City Council chambers. Campbell said he has been with the city for about 6.5 years, and they had stopped enforcing parking even before that. When the ordinances were enforced, the police department employed a part-time officer who was in charge of monitoring the downtown parking lots. Many of the business owners agreed that the issues with parking in downtown mainly affects businesses on the north side of Michigan Avenue, where several of the lots are smaller. Jill Fair, owner of New Horizons Salon at 131 East Michigan Avenue in Saline, said 2-hour parking has been an issue for her business for a long time. It becomes an issue when clients come in to get their hair and nails done, which takes longer than 2 hours. More on this story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, Growing Hope to kick off Chefs in the Garden fundraiser.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE-TV News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next story today comes from the Ypsilanti Courier. No rider was cited. Growing Hope, a healthy food access-based nonprofit, will be hosting the first installment of its Chefs in the Garden fundraiser dinner series for 2014. Each event is an open-air dinner located at the Growing Hope Center, located at 922 Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Guests will be able to tour the grounds and enjoy a meal prepared by some of the most notable chefs in the area. This month's event will take place at 5 p.m. on August 24th. August dinner features cuisines prepared by local chefs Silvio Maduro and Dan Vernia. Maduro's delicious pizza and authentic Italian food can be found at Silvio's Organic Restaurant and Pizza in Ann Arbor. Maduro is from Italy's Abruzzo region. For 25 years in his father's bakery, he was lovingly taught to produce the highest quality breads and pizza dough. At his restaurant, only organic ingredients are used for their superior taste, and because of Maduro's investment in safe, healthy food and protecting the environment. Organic farming is labor-intensive, and ingredients may cost more, but Maduro believes the results, both environmentally and for the table, are worth the investment. Whenever he cannot find certified organic ingredients, he will use ingredients from producers who respect and follow safe organic procedures to create the distinctive food that has made his restaurant in Ann Arbor a favorite. Joining Maduro for this special event will be Chef Dan Vernia, formerly of Ravens Club and currently at Juicy Kitchen Cafe and the Washtenaw Food Hub. This is the first of 3 dinners in the Chefs in the Garden series. More on the story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Our last story, the Ypsi Grizzlies look to improve this coming season.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Hikes Decorated Apparel, located at 133 West Michigan Avenue, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Check us out on the internet at hike.com.
Welcome back. This is Jzaniece Smith for WDEE-TV News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our final story today comes from the Ann Arbor News and writer Mike Niziolek. It didn't take long for the Ypsilanti community football team to turn some heads. The Grizzlies were a product of a merger between Ypsilanti High School and Willow Run. In 1 week last year, the program's first year, it went toe-to-toe with the Milan team that went undefeated in the regular season. Milan is a perennial playoff team, and we had them on the ropes, Ypsilanti coach Rufus Pipkins said. I think that helped give the team confidence. Pipkins still thinks his team might have beat Milan if a lightning delay hadn't forced the game to be played over 2 days. Milan starter quarterback Robert Canitz suffered a leg injury on the first play Friday night, but returned to the game on Saturday. The MLive Ann Arbor News Player of the Year led a fourth quarter scoring drive to put the game away. Kids weren't used to that transition of playing on Saturday. By the time they got into it, the game was over, Pipkin said. While he played down expectations last year for the Grizzlies, Pipkin said that the sky's the limit this season, considering all the talent that they're bringing back. More on this story can be found on the local newsfeed link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. For DEE-TV News, this has been Jzaniece Smith. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful evening.